What's up guys, this is Astranox. In this video I want to talk about a brand new game that I'm playing on multiple accounts. This is a gacha turn-based RPG and I'm really enjoying it. It just came out. It's been 2 weeks and I started playing yesterday. So I've been doing a lot of re-rolling. In this video we have the result of 20 rerolls. Now rerolling is very easy in this game. You don't have like a lengthy tutorial to go through. You just go in there, you can skip the cinematic, you can just like click your way through the tutorial very quickly. You just follow the steps. It's just a few minutes. A lot of games, you're gonna have to go through a tutorial of like 20 minutes, something like that. They will hold your hand the whole time. It's very bad for free-to-play players. I'm a free-to-play player on all my accounts. That's how I like to play gacha games. Now, this game got my attention. This is like Summoner's War, but what I've noticed is that the client is very small. The performance is good. There's some crashes here and there. I don't know, it's because I'm running it in emulator and like, you know, I have limited resource compared to if I had like a dedicated phone for the game. But you can get this game. The links are in the description of the video for Android and for iOS. So just go in there and install it. The reviews seems to be more about people having issues. Like let's say the server goes down. It's not like a maintenance. They're having a bit of issue here and there, but they do give us compensation. So as free-to-play players, it's really nice. And the really good thing is that re-rolling is quick, and also you get a lot of tries, a lot of chances. The rates are not so good in this game, but as free-to-play, you need to re-roll a bunch of times. Like I would say that you should at least reroll until you get a 5-star, and then you read the skills of the 5-star. Right here I got war nurse, and this is an interesting hero actually. She's able to keep herself alive for so long, but also keep you know, someone else. I mean the team, right? And the more speed you're gonna have on her, the more turns she's gonna be able to get, and she's able to heal you know, herself and an ally, remove debuff before healing. And I'm really liking this hero. I feel like in PvP, War Nurse is going to be very nice. Now, what's really cool about this game is that, well, it just came out and it's fairly popular actually. And that means if you get in there, if you start playing the game early on, then you can do good for yourself. It's going to be like, the faster you start, the more of the rewards you're gonna get, because there's like weekly, monthly rewards that you just go in there and you grab them. You get like a lot of gold, a lot of summons just for free, and that's not even counting what you get from like after maintenance. If there's any type of bug, if there's some events, they will just send you stuff in the mailbox as well. There's some coupon, actually gift codes are in the description of the video. I've tried them all, they all work, so you can get some more summons. Now, when it comes down to re-rolling in this game, I'm not showing it on the screen, but as the re-rolling and the summons are happening, I'm gonna explain how to properly do it. So you skip, you follow the tutorial, you skip as much as possible, right? And then some part of the video are a bit slow because I'm like managing some other accounts on the other screen. When I was doing this, I was probably running like seven accounts or something like that, and I'm playing multiple gacha games as well. And you know, I have other you know, emulators running on the other screen and stuff. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you go through the tutorial. It's very quick, like a few minutes. It's not even 5 minutes basically. When you're like used to it, it's not even 5 minutes. And the really good thing is that when you link your account, right? I believe when you go into the game, you can link it to like your social, you know, like a Google, Facebook, whatever. What I did is that I just went in there as a guest because I don't know if I'm going to get something good. And normally what I do when I reroll in a game, in a gacha game, I just go in there as a guest. And if I get something good, then I link it. So that is not actually the proper way to do it. You need to link your account. And if you don't, and you're in there as a guest, you need to go in the menu, top left in the lobby, and you go and you link your account. And you can, when you do it that way, you're going to have to make an account on their own server. which is perfectly fine. You put a username, you put a password twice, you put an email, and you're gonna have to verify your email using a verification code that they're gonna send you in the email. Very quick. And after that, the really good thing is that every time you're gonna reroll, you're going to be getting 10 extra summons every time. So if you're linked and you're rerolling, because you press reset and you write delete and it resets your account, but you keep your name. So it's like in Summoner's War, you keep your name. So you cannot have duplicate names in this. Like everyone has their unique name. So that's another reason to start now. Like you want to grab your name ASAP basically. And I didn't know that. I didn't know like when you reset, you keep your name. So I have some funky names, right? I have like Astranox YT for YouTube, Astranox YT 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I have all these usernames, but I went back to my older accounts that didn't roll so well. And now I'm just resetting them until I get at least a 5-star, right? And you're going to be getting 10 free summons every time you reroll, every time you reset. You go through the tutorial, a few minutes to go through it, and then there's going to be a step where they don't tell you to do anything. So basically you just press on return and it will bring you back to the lobby, and then you go in Fission. So you're going to be able to just summon. But first, before you go in Fission, you go in your inbox, you grab everything. You go in let me go on another game in the town, so I'm going to explain. So this game has a lot of stuff going for it. There's team building, RPG turn-based. Initially I was not so turned on with those graphics, like the very cartoonish graphic, but it's really growing on me. And when the fights are happening, the game is fluid. The game doesn't require like a high performance device, right? So you go in your inbox, you grab all your rewards, your gifts, and then you go in supply. In supply, when you're rerolling, you don't need to get anything in daily. You just go in weekly, you grab the Illyrium, the exclusive Illyrium. You don't even need the Twilight Illyrium shard yet because you're just trying to reroll. If you end up getting a good account, then yes, you pick up the Twilight Illyrium shard and you grab the 100,000 gold. Every week they give you 100,000 gold, and the gold is very minuscule, what you actually get while you clear stages. So it's actually very nice that they give that amount of gold, and you're gonna be able to enhance your gear and all that stuff. That's why I'm saying like you should start to play this game and you're able to accumulate. You get a good reroll, or you don't even need to reroll really. If you get in there ASAP and you just grab your rewards, you do like dailies and stuff like that very quickly. You just it's like, I'm not even sure if there's actual daily quests. I think you just go in quests. Okay, there are quests for every day of the week. They're special quests, and the good thing is that those quests, you can do them at any point. So during the whole week, you can do the missions for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any time of the week. And that's really good. Like, it's not like, oh, you missed out, that's it, too bad for you. But you need to make this stuff happen before the end of the week. But if you like start playing on like Saturday, Sunday, you can get a lot of the mission done from the previous days. So that's a lot of rewards right there. So as you just like progress into the game, you're gonna be able to get a lot of rewards that you would have missed out on in a lot of like other gacha games, right? So in supply, just grab the stuff in daily, and then in monthly, there's a thing called Power Bean. Power Bean is to skill up your heroes. You're gonna use that only on like a 5-star hero, I would say, because you can use duplicate heroes to skill up your hero. So maybe you use duplicate 4 stars or something like that, but be mindful of the fact that you might not want to use a 4-star to power up another duplicate 4-star, because maybe you want to play with double of the same 4-star or triple. Like maybe you want to do it like some crazy strategy. Maybe you're thinking like, oh, that could be really nice actually, and you try it and you're like, wow, that works quite nicely actually. So you can do funky things like that. So keep that in mind. Instead of like feeding duplicates, you might want to keep those extra copies to see. There could always be like a balance patch or something in a unit that's not so good turn out to be pretty good. So a Power Bean is to skill up your hero. Use it on a 5-star only. There's a lucky dice material in this game that when you're doing stages, or you're gonna save that for like stage 10 of like a boss that you're farming, like in let's say there's a piece of content called heavy metal. Heavy metal, I think, is like dragon in Summoner's War, and there's the boxing club. Boxing club is golem in Summoner's War. If we have to do like comparison and stuff like that. Okay, back to the supply section in the game when you're re-rolling. You're going to go in, you're going to actually get those 10 summons, because when you have linked your account, you get those 10 summons right there. You have to press claim, and then you're going to press on like join Facebook and join Discord every time you re-roll. So you just like open it, like you close it, you already joined these things anyways, let's say. And then you just collect the gifts, and so that's like there's one that gives like they both give like 3 summon each, so that's 6 summon in a few seconds time, right? So total you're gonna end up with something like 52 summons. I got Twin Blade. Twin Blade is actually pretty busted. I feel like this is gonna be a mid to late game hero, but from what I'm seeing so far, he's getting so many attacks in. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's able to attack multiple times. It seems like he's actually copying the highest speed hero on your team. So you have like a high speed initiator. The wording makes it seems like he will get that speed on turn 1 and like kind of like jump and like go right after that high speed unit. But it seems like he just copies that speed until the unit dies or something like that. If that's really how he works, that is crazy. He is so strong, and every time that unit with the highest speed on your team attacks, he attacks as well. And if he downs a target with skill 1, he gets to use his skill 2 like instantly. So if we think about, I don't know if they have a violent rune, like extra turn, like the violent rune in Summoner's War, but if you put that on your highest speed hero and they get multiple turns, and then he just keeps on attacking as well, that's crazy. So you get 52 summons if you have not linked your account. So I've done a lot of the rerolls without linking my accounts because I didn't know, and I could have had 62 summons instead. That could be the difference between like an account with just like, you know, no 5-star to an account that has like 2 5-star if you're like super lucky. Or maybe you had a 1 5-star, you don't really like it, but then you could have gotten a second 5-star, and then together you'd be like, that's like a double AoE, double area attack hero, plus a support that you got initially that you were not like too convinced about, but now you put them together, and that's solid for like very solid early to mid game, maybe for PvP, and then you're going to be able to progress. You're going to be able to start farming like insane difficulty stages in like further in the story, so you're more efficient, you get more like experience, you get more gold. So yeah, maybe you want to get like some rune sets further into the game that are only available later in the story. By the way, I've completed the story on like 4 accounts. It's very quick, like especially when you have a 5-star when you start. Very, very quick to go about it. You don't even need a 5-star. That's the thing. Like as you get more knowledge in the game, you're gonna be like, oh man, there's like 3 stars busted, this 4 stars busted, and then you like put a team together, and it's gonna be easy peasy, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm very happy. Last night, actually, I started playing last night, right? Some like not even 24 hours ago, some like 20 hours ago, I started playing, and I was pretty tired, but I'm like installing this thing, and I'm like, man, like the installation is quick, the game size is small. I installed it like I don't know, like 50 megabyte in Google Play Store, and then you start it and it makes you install like 350 megabyte of data, and that's it. Like the game is like under half a gigabyte, it seems like. I could be wrong, but when it's extracted with all the files or something, it becomes bigger. But the initial download, very fast to download. And as you can see, like the graphic, they're not insane. There's not like a ton of polygon, but this is a 3D game. It's cartoonish, but the animations are cool. When the game starts playing, because I'm not showing it because the video is about like showing my rerolls, right? But you can go check for yourself, or you can wait for my next video or something like that. But this is my first video. So yeah, the game is very fluid. I like it. It's clean. It's clear. You can hold press on tooltips to get information about all the stuff, the debuffs and all that. It's auto. It auto plays, and then there's even an AI that you can set up, an AI in the game, and then you can set up what is the priority for the skills of your hero. But everything has a con. Like, let's say you turn on the AI, which means like your runs will be more successful because it's using like you're like saying, okay, this skill is high priority, this one is mid priority, and this one is like low priority. But if you set this for all of your hero, I don't know if it's like every single hero, then the energy cost to go into a stage will be more expensive, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, let me check. Yeah, energy is the name of that. So there's always, yeah, you know, okay, that's cool to use it, but maybe since it costs more energy, I'm just gonna try to build like a safe team that will require better stats, better gear, but in the end, when you've done enough farming, you can turn off the AI. Let's say initially you want to auto and you want to have a better success rate, maybe you use the AI. You just hold press your hero and you turn on the AI, and then you set which skill is a priority. So let's say your skill 3 for a buffer is like high priority, and then your second skill is like medium, and then like your first skill is low priority. So that's very cool that they have that in the game. Also, I've noticed that actually it's gonna scale, of course, but like the boss stages, like let's say when you go fight like a boss that drops like runes for gearing your team, it seems like the energy cost is not so high, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna scale and it's gonna be something like Summoner's War in the end, but I could be wrong. The story, like I said, is very easy to go through if you have a okay idea of what you're doing. So that's very nice. And also the tutorial in the game, they're not like hand holding you for long. Like they're doing it for like a few minutes. And then what's really cool is that as you progress in the story, they have stages which are tutorial stages. So not only you're progressing in the story, you're learning, but also you're getting rewarded with like a summon or more every time you do these tutorial stages. Sometimes you get like the currency, the premium currency, the gem, right? And the gem can be converted for all sorts of things. You can get more summons in, you can convert gems into energy, you can get arena coins to fight in PvP, you can convert into gold. So gems are very important, and you get a lot of gems. Like all my free-to-play accounts, like when you're done with the story, you get like, I don't know, like 1,500, maybe more, 2,000. And then when you're done with the story, you have a piece of content which has 100 floors, and I don't know if there's more than one difficulty, but you have access to that. And that's really cool. That's like the Abyss in Epic 7. That's like the Tower of Ascension in Summoner's War. So that's very cool. It's going to be a challenging piece of content, and it seems like maybe that piece of content, I forgot what the name is. I'm gonna have to let me go into one of the games. My game stopped playing actually, so I need to when you finish your repeat stage. Another thing that's really cool about the game is that you have a selection screen. You choose your reward, like piece of gear drops for your character, like runes, and then you can pick between two of them. It doesn't happen every single time, but it gives you a choice, and that's very nice. Sometimes one is like much higher star rating than the other one, so could be a no-brainer, or you just go for that one because then like I think the selling price might be higher. I'm not sure, but yeah, you usually want to go with higher star unless the other one is really good, right? Like that's the thing. Okay, so I'm just okay here. Okay, so that piece of content is called the Lost Tunnel. The Lost Tunnel is like the Tower of Ascension in Summoner's War or the Abyss in Epic 7. So yeah, 100 floors, it seems like. You can also see how other players defeated those floors. It shows you like the last something like 10 players that like the team that they ran to defeat the floor. You can also see their account level, so you know that's pretty cool. I hope like they have some kind of like leaderboard, like I mean doesn't really matter because people can spend money in the game, of course, and like just have like early account level can have like crazy like 5-star team, and that's the thing. So yeah, there's another piece of content that is called Abyss Dungeon, and that's after going through the crazy dungeon, the boxing club 7th floor. So like Golem floor 7, if you defeat that, like if it was Summoner's War, then you get access to this Abyss Dungeon. So a lot of like content, there's a lot of floors, so like we have plenty of stuff to do in the game. So that's very, very cool. And it just came out, so you get in there and it will just like, you know, make it so much better for you if you, because like I was getting back into Summoner's War, and it's like the game's been out for like over 10 years. The server is like fully saturated and like global, because you would play on like the global server. And then like as free to play, I got another 5-star hero. I have not played that account. I have not pushed this account because I'm playing other accounts instead. I looked at the skill of the specialist, and I wasn't too sold on that hero. Like, to be honest, like if you have to choose for a 5-star that you want to go for, you should probably go for like a hero that has like area attacks. Like if you have 2 area attacks on your hero, that will make your farming much faster. But the thing is, maybe that hero will not be useful when it comes down to farming those crazy dungeons. Those crazy dungeons is where the best gear will, I mean best gear. Usually that's where the best gear is at, and you're going to be farming a lot in there. And there's like up to like 10 floors. I don't know if there's more than 10 floors actually. I should probably go check it out. So I opened the boxing club. There's 10 floors. There's 10 floors. Boss is level 80. Yeah, the interface is clean. Like you see exactly, like everything is clear. You really quickly on the whole screen for like the boxing club, you see like the gear sets that drop. You can press on that and you get like a breakdown of like each of these sets, what they do. It tells you the drop gear rarity. They have like a strategy screen to like help you. Also, they give you a lot of the units that are like perfect for these dungeons. Like as free to play, you build these heroes and you have all kinds of stuff that will make it so much easier for you to tackle these bosses. Like I'm talking like if you bring the attack down of the boss by 50%, so you're taking half the damage. And then like if you put defense buff on your team, then you're taking even less damage. And then if you have like, you know, a cleanser and the boss is like applying defense break on your team, if you're able to cleanse that off or have even better immunity on your team, you don't even get the defense break on your heroes. All this stuff makes so your survivability is so much higher. Then you have like maybe a healer in there, or like a healer with the heal balancing in the team. And you're going to be able to like pull through, and that's really cool. Early on, you want to build heroes that deal damage over time. Damage over time is very powerful, especially when your gear is not so strong, because you can build like super high survivability, and then the damage over time, like I don't know what's called in this game, like a poison or something like that. You're gonna be able to just like, when it's gonna be their turn, they're gonna take all that poison damage, that damage over time, and they might just end up, you know, dying from that. And you're just making yourself as tanky as possible. You might not have like crazy speed on your heroes, so with like pretty crappy gear, you're able to do very well for yourself. So that's very cool. The 4-star rat, I forgot his exact name. The 4-star rat is so good, actually, very sought after. He's able to put multiple poison. He's like Wind Ninja in Summoner's War, like completely busted when it comes down to like farmer like Golem, you know, dealing like putting a bunch of like damage over time on the boss. So you're gonna be able to just like take out the boss very quickly with that. So that's very nice. So the rerolling, it's a lot of rerolls that I've done. I decided to be more strict and try to go for a double 5-star account. Now, this is not for everyone. Maybe you want to get in there ASAP so you can like claim the reward, start pushing in the story. But based on like the summoning rates, which like the summoning rates, like for a 5-star, for a like water, fire, or element, it's 0.51%. Maybe that was increased a bit because I didn't get a 5-star in the last few summons. It might have been increased because they actually increased the rate the more unlucky you are, basically. So that's a good thing. They also have light and dark heroes. They have 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. So if you're like ultra lucky and you finish the story and you summon, you might get like an insane hero that you could have fun with for years. You know, like that could be really cool. It's 0.35% chance to get a 5-star light or dark hero. So extremely small, or 6% to get a 4-star. Very, very small. So getting 5 stars, you know, it's like 1 in 200 the rate. It's something like Summoner's War, actually. It seems like the light and dark scrolls in Summoner's War, I think they're similar or even worse. 1 in like 300. I think it's like Summoner's War, from what I remember. Yeah. So the rates are similar, but you're able to reroll so much, so easily in this game. Now, yes, with the anniversary, 10th year anniversary of Summoner's War, it's not even 10 years, it's past 10 years. It's 4,000 days. So yeah, this game has been going for, isn't that like 11 years? Yeah, it's been going for so long. But like I said, it's saturated. If you want to compete, get like good reward as free to play, it's not going to be happening. You're not going to perform well in like world bosses. You're not going to perform well in arena, world arena. Like, you're going to be in the lower brackets for the rewards. Even if you don't play on global, you play on some of the other server. There's so many people that are playing or that played before. And yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of people still playing the game. And it's going to be really hard to get a lot of like free-to-play rewards from that. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, the rerolling, very simple. Very simple. You got 62 summons very easily. And that's without even entering the gift codes. If you put the gift codes in, maybe that brings you to like 70 summon. That's 7 10 pulls, right? So if you think about it, that's very generous, considering the fact that it takes like 5 minutes when you reset to get to that point, and you just do it again. Okay, 5 minutes, I'm not sure. It's around 5 minutes. I'm very efficient because I know exactly where I have to click and on all that. Actually, it's longer for me because I have to like individually press for each of the account. I don't do any type of like automation. That would be illegal, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it because like they could go in the log files for the game and they could see the timing for your accounts. Let's say your timing is exactly the same, that you're doing things on the same on different accounts, and then they could know that you're automating, and then they would just ban you. So it's not worth risking it. Because like the rerolling process is really like not that long compared to how long you're gonna play the game. Like, it could be like months or years. I would not risk any of that. Even if they don't do anything about it, I'm not gonna risk it personally. Okay, that's just the way I'm thinking. Like that there's no way I'm gonna risk that, because time is time is a currency, right? It's free to play. We have to invest time. People invest money. We invest time in the game. Knowledge is very important in a game like this. So I got Dr. Evil. He is busted. I actually got him on a previous account. The first account that I decided to push through with, I'm using Dr. Evil. He has double area attacks. Not only that, he's a disruptor. He puts debuffs as well. He can stun. He does beautifully. And he can also defense penetration. The more attack he has compared to the targets, the more defense penetration he has. So when you have some better gear on him and you have high speed and you go first and you buff him with attack buff, you're gonna be able to do a lot of you're gonna ignore a lot of their defense, which means he's gonna be dealing even more damage. And as you get skill ups for him, like, all that stuff is gonna make him do big damage, right? And not only, like, he's not only about damage, you can use him to disrupt. Double AoE means like you can put a set that like stun the targets, right? Like a despair set in Summoner's War, and then you can do the the tunnels with that, like the Tower of Ascension or Abyss in Epic 7. Like, you're gonna be able to use him as a crowd controller, and then he also has stuns already. So like, really cool hero. He allowed me to like just go through the story very quickly and farm very fast. And farming is important in the game. Like, they're very generous actually with how much energy you get. And not only that, I'm like, yes, I'm depleting all those batteries, it's called, that refills your energy. But the thing is, you can use gems to get energy as well. And when you finish the story, you get like 1,500 or something like that. So you're gonna be able to. It depends. If you're free to play, maybe you're gonna save that for summoning. I personally don't really care about the summons. That's why I reroll initially. I'll get whatever they give me over time, but I will progress using. I will restore my energy using gems. That's how I do it. That's how I did it in Summoner's War. That's very important. Nin Rat is the crazy poison rat that people are looking for. He's very powerful. Like, if you have to fight big bosses, poison damage over time is a big deal. So yeah, let us know what you guys think about all that in the comment section. This game is definitely worth getting into. Element Fission. I'll cover this game, cover Epic 7. We'll see about Summoner's War. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.